Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lifestyle with Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a vegetable lasagna. Now if you like the video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up and also maybe share it with your friends. And if you want to see more videos and you haven't subscribed already, please do click that subscribe button. So we're going to prepare our vegetables. So we'll have one large onion and we're going to half moon slice it. Now you don't have to peel your carrots, it's up to you. Some people like to just keep the skin on. There's lots of goodness in the skin. Just into circles. 1 or half an inch thick. Right, we'll just cut some broccoli. I want some cauliflower. So I just cut the end off to get most of the green away. And it's easier just to peel off the few bits that's left. It's safer when you're chopping vegetables to put a damp tea towel underneath your chopping board. It saves the chopping board moving about while you're trying to cut your vegetables. I have roughly about 20 green beans and we're just going to chop the ends off. Now you can have whatever vegetables you like. These are just vegetables that I'm suggesting for today. But I'd love to hear in the comments what kind of vegetables you put in yours. Some people put courgette, you can put mushrooms, aubergines. I mean, obviously everyone loves their own types of vegetables. They have the classic favourites. So you can put in whatever vegetables you like. Now we have some marge too. So just cut off the ends. I'm actually just going to keep these whole. I'm not going to cut them up. And don't forget, while you're watching the video, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. So it'll help you see some more videos of different menu ideas. And if you think some of your friends might like the videos, maybe share it with them on social media. I have a couple of large spring onions. Just cut the ends off. Now we have red pepper. Now you can leave these nice and chunky, but I personally just love my red peppers cut up quite small. But again, you know, if you love your peppers, keep them nice and chunky. There's no right or wrong in this, as long as you just put it in a pile of vegetables that you love. And the idea of the recipes that I give you is that they are flexible, and that's why I'd love to hear in the comments of what you do when you do your cooking. You can adapt the recipes or you can do it exactly as I'm demonstrating. Either way, I'd still love to hear from you in the comments. I love the vibrant colour of the red peppers. For the sauce, we're going to dice up a large onion. Now we're going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're going to melt 20 grams of butter. We'll add a tablespoon of olive oil. And to that we add our onions and cook these until they're nice and soft. And to our onions we want to add some sea salt, some black pepper, some nutmeg, dried basil, some oregano, some parsley, and ground ginger. Then we add our crushed garlic. Then we add 2 tins of tomatoes. I thought these were chopped tin tomatoes, but they're not. It's actually easier with chopped tin tomatoes. It's okay. We'll be liquidising it in a little while. Now with the tin, fill it up about 3/4 with water. Just give it a swirl around, add it to the other tin, swirl that around, and it just gets the rest of the juices out of the tin. Then we put the lid on and let it cook for 15-20 minutes, just stirring it occasionally. So as you can see, this looks a lovely colour, and now we're just going to give it a bit of a liquidize with a hand blender. So be careful and stand back as you're doing this because it can splash. I'm just going to tip this forward to make it a little bit deeper. We're just going to add some of this fresh basil. Now we're just going to chop up some fresh basil leaves. Love the smell of basil. Now we just add the fresh chopped basil. And that's your sauce ready to go into your vegetable lasagna. We're going to saute the vegetables, and I find doing it in a wok, it just gives you that more space to move things around. So I've melted some coconut oil and I'm going to add some onions. Okay, now once the onions have softened, I'm going to add some carrots. They're quite chunky carrots and they take longer to cook. So we'll put these in before we add the other vegetables. Now we're going to add some cauliflower. Then we'll add some broccoli. I'm actually just going to put some olive oil in because it's starting to get a little bit dry. If you want to get 2 wooden spoons, it's sometimes a bit easier to mix them. We'll add a few red peppers. I've cut far too much vegetables up, but that's okay. I would say about half a pepper. I cut a whole one up. Look at the lovely colours. Then we'll add some green beans. Again, I'll probably do half the amount that I cut earlier. Actually doesn't look a lot when you're cutting it, but when you actually put it in, there is quite a lot here. Marge 2. And then we'll put a few spring onions. Now, so you don't want to be cooking these properly. You're only just giving them a little bit of a saute, and they'll still carry on cooking even when you turn the gas off or the electric off. And then at the very end, you want to add some spinach, a handful of spinach. It looks a lot, but it will reduce down. If you liked mushrooms, mushrooms would have given it that other nice bit of colour to it and flavour, but I just don't eat mushrooms myself. Okay, now to layer this lasagna. You want to have your tomato sauce and just put a little bit at the bottom. So you just spread that out at the bottom. Then you want to have a layer of the vegetables. Now I suppose you could, there's nothing stopping you from mixing these vegetables in with the tomato sauce. It's another way of doing it. Then you want to get your lasagna sheets. And then you want to put your cheese sauce. Now, how to make the cheese sauce, I'll put the link below. Now, if you can, try and cover all the lasagna sheets with the cheese sauce. Then you want to put some tomato sauce on it. It's a bit messy pouring out this jug. It isn't the best of jugs, but anyway, I have to do the best with what I've got. Right, then you want some vegetables. It actually looked loads of vegetables when I was cooking it, but it's surprising how they can soon be used up. Lasagna sheets. Doesn't matter if you're overlapping them. Maybe just push it down a little bit. Then we want cheese sauce. Around about 2 or 3 ladlefuls of sauce. It depends on how kind of saucy you like it. If you don't want loads of sauce, just put 2 ladlefuls in. A trial and error really, what you like. Now we want some more sauce. Could even put a few fresh tomatoes in it if you wanted to. Looks like it's just about the right amount of vegetables. And I thought I'd done too much. It's just the perfect amount, I'd say. You could have maybe even done with a few more. Some more lasagna sheets. And just layer up as much as you can. Push this down a little bit. And then I'm going to cover it with some sauce. Make sure it's all the lasagna sheets are covered. Just grate some cheese on it and that will give it a lovely crispy topping. Okay, now we're just going to dish up some of this lasagna. I'm going to cut it into 3 parts along this way. You want to leave this for at least 15-20 minutes when it comes out of the oven. And to test that it's ready, you basically put a knife in, and if it's nice and soft, you know it's ready. Kind of go around the edges. Okay, let's dish this up and see what it looks like. And there you have it, the vegetable lasagna. Doesn't that look delicious? Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please do make some comments about what you did with yours and how it turned out. I'd love to hear from you.